Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I get this full face using all unique products. I first start off with our Glorious Touch Face Primer, and I apply this all over and make sure to rub it into my skin very well. This is going to help smooth the skin, and it's also going to make your foundation apply smoother and last longer. Next, I'm going to be taking concealer on a flat shader brush, and I'm going to prime my eyes with this. I also use this to carve out the underneath of my brow, just to help make my brows easier later. Next up, I'm going to be taking our pressed shadows. These are primer infused and they are very, very pigmented. The first shade I'm going to be using is called Discreet, and I'm going to be running that all through the crease. Next up, I'm going to be taking Astute, which is a nice tan shade, and I am also going to be running that through the crease. I like to use Discreet as more of a transition shade just to help make sure we get a nice seamless blend, and then I like Astute to help add a little bit more dimension to the eye. And I go back in with that first brush just to help make sure that we have a nice seamless blend. Next up, I will be going in with the shade Lively, and I will also be running that through my crease just to give me a nice pop of color. I really like oranges because it helps make my green eyes stand out more. And then I will go back in with that very first brush, and I'm not adding any more Discreet onto it. I'm just using it to help me blend out the edges and make sure that this is nice and blended. Next up, I will be taking the shade Fervent, and I will be using that on my outer corner. And you see that I will place that color first and I pat it on, and then I will work on blending. I do bring it up into the crease a little bit, and then I go back in with that brush that has that Lively shade on it, just to help me blend it out better. Next, I'll be going in with the shade Slick, and I will be spritzing that with some setting spray just to make it a little bit more intense. And this is a nice rose shimmer shade. And then I will be going in with our Epic Mascara, and I like applying that on the tops of my lashes first, just to help really get those lashes nice and black. Next up, I will be going in with our Mineral Touch foundation as well as our liquid foundation brush, and you can see that I put 5 drops on the brush. And I like to dot that around first just to help me disperse that product a little better, and then I will be using circular motions and just really buff that into my skin. This brush with the foundation gives a flawless finish and makes your skin look so smooth. This is my favorite way to apply our foundation. And then I do apply one more drop for my cheek, and that is just because from where I put that dot, that product had kind of dried a little bit, so I just needed a little bit more product just to help work it in a little better. Next up, I will go in with some concealer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape because I have lost my concealer from where I've moved around all of my stuff. So I just use my Shape Tape and then I blend that out with my beauty sponge. Next up, I take our Touch Behold setting powder and I use that under my eyes, and I let this sit long enough to do my brows, and sometimes I'll let it sit through my bronzer as well, but I just use this to help set those under eyes, and it creates such a flawless finish. Next up, I'm going to be taking our Beachfront bronzer in the shade Hermose, and I use this to bronze up my skin. I use it on my forehead as well as down the sides of my nose. I don't do this to necessarily contour, I just like having color down the sides of my nose just to kind of help bring the color all throughout the face. And then I will use this underneath my lip to help my lips appear larger, and I will also use it on my cheekbones. And then I will dust away that setting powder once I am done with this step. Next, I'm going to go in with our Serene blush. This is such a pretty shade, and it also has rose gold and gold reflex, so it makes your skin glow from within. I will also link my brow tutorial if you want to check that out. Next up, I will take our Well-To-Do lipstick and I will apply that all over just to help create a very nice and subtle lip. And that's the final look. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, guys.